Hello and welcome to another episode of The Sligo Show with myself, Brendan Tierney. Today we're going to tell you about an amazing new programme that I got involved in from a tutoring point of view, but I thought Ireland needs to hear more about this. It is a new initiative, the Digital Marketing Apprenticeship. If you're a business owner or if you're working in business, you're going to have to listen to this. Trust me, you're going to love it. Jessica Martin is here from the Mayo College. Jessica, welcome to The Sligo Show.
Thanks very much, Brendan.
And whilst this is on The Sligo Show, this is very much a national programme. So who is it for? Who might benefit from this course?
So anybody really, anyone over the age of 18, we're looking at new staff, existing staff, people who might be returning to learning, who want to embark in this exciting area, those who might want to upskill. They might be working in an organisation but have never considered digital marketing but would like to explore it. And it's suitable for all age groups. So when we hear apprenticeships, even before I came into apprenticeship, I thought, maybe 18 to 25 years of age. But actually apprenticeships go to any age, and the apprenticeships that we look after go right up into the late 50s. So lots of participants.
And like the nuts and bolts from an employer point of view, like they just need to release one of their staff. Is it every 6 or 8 weeks kind of for a 2-day in-person training, and then outside of that it's just an online 2-hour class. So it's not taking their pupils aside, their employee away a lot, and the employer gets a grant. Is that correct?
That's right, exactly. So it's very easy to manage, if you like, from an employer perspective. It's very flexible. Some apprenticeships, they could be gone away for a large amount of time, 12, 16 weeks of phases. But these newer type of apprenticeships like digital marketing are very, very flexible, designed to suit industry needs. So yes, exactly. They attend a 2-day workshop with their tutor, like yourself, Brendan, for 2 days at the beginning of a module. Each module runs for 6 or 8 weeks in length, and they study one module at a time. So after they meet with Brendan, they are then back in, or whoever, they're back in for a weekly online classes, and those classes are for 2 hours, and they're dialing into those classes from within the workplace. So they're with the employer actually a lot of the time. We only see them for a very short period of time really in the grand scheme of things. And, they are not studying outside of work hours either. So the employer releases them within that time frame. But yes, a big selling point is the grant. So there's a €4,000 employer grant. And that applies to each apprentice that is registered on the programme. So whether it's one staff member, multiple staff members, it's
so you can have a few people. So if you're a bigger organisation, okay.
That's right. So 4,000 per apprentice. And the way it works is the government pays for that, and it's paid out in instalments every 6 months. So if you have an apprentice there, you'll get €1,000 within the first 6 months, and then again another €1,000 thereafter. And the employer is free to spend that as they wish. That's no problem at all. But it is a fantastic opportunity for employers to get involved in to upskill their staff within the workplace.
This only came into my world like 5 or 6 months ago, and I was like, it's a no-brainer in a way, because you'll have some member of staff that go, well, I'd love to try more marketing, graphic design, learn a bit more, or podcasting is one of the modules obviously, but it's transferable live as they're learning into the workplace. So they could be learning a bit and then that week go back and do it within, that's the practicality for me is great, because you could have people who already have business, marketing, whatever degrees or qualifications, but this is much more practical, real life, learning, I think. So I think that's probably a big draw for a lot of people as well.
It is. It's a massive selling point because, like yourself, myself, we've been on courses before. Some of them are delivered online. They're shorter period of time, and they can be fantastic at the time, but they might not have that practical application. So literally our apprentices are taking that theory from the likes of yourself and other instructors, and then they're applying that back in a practical manner almost immediately. Like, for example, we have that podcasting module that you're delivering for us. Fantastic job there. And they were actually going to come away from that learning how to develop their own podcasting episode, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's something that it's very valuable to employers, particularly smaller employees like SMEs, who mightn't have the capacity to dedicate someone to that, might dabble a little bit here and there. But, with COVID, we've learned the hard way that it is important to be on social media and out there promoting. And this is where a staff member can help them greatly. And, each module, they're learning something new, bringing back that knowledge to the employer almost immediately. And the programme itself is designed to do that. We want them to be able to apply it in a practical manner. And I suppose what helps that actually are the assessments that we have. So our assessments are also very practical. a lot of apprentices are delighted to know that we have no written exams in this apprenticeship at all. We removed all of those. What we have are a mixture of assessments. They're like a continuous assessment. We have maybe sometimes some written assignments, but they'll have at least 4 or 5 weeks to complete that.
Yeah, and they can do it a lot of the time within the class. Like the tutor may give them time. I know I can only speak of my own, but like you can be doing a bit as you go. So it's like the goal, I think, is for all the modules, we talk about them in a moment, is it's not going to go off and do 25 hours outside of the learning, so it can be done as you go a little bit, and like everything you're learning is practical and real as well.
That's right. So for us, what we recommend to any apprentice coming in, if they're wondering how much of a commitment do I need to put into this, well, we say, look, 2 to 3 hours a week is what you're looking at outside of work, maybe over an evening, over a weekend, that you would put in to keep on top of your assessments. But if you find you're going above or beyond that, there are plenty of supports to help you, because what we find, funnily enough, is a lot of our apprentices might have a degree or a master's behind them already, and they're coming in, putting in more than is required of a level 6 program. And that happens frequently. So we'd have a chat with them and figure out, what the best course of action. But also as well, we have a huge range of supports available to our apprentices. It's quite unique actually among apprenticeships. So this is where we have literacy support. So for those particularly returning to learning, might have struggled in school, for example, and cases where people have undiagnosed dyslexia, ADHD, dyspraxia, we have dedicated tutors on site to be able to coach them through and help them in the development of their assessments. But in addition to that, we have another support class, which is about elevating personal and professional growth. And this is where we're developing those transversal skills, which are very much lacking in industry. And we know that because we're engaging with the digital marketing industry when we created the programme and on an ongoing basis. And they're crying out for people to have developed those skills. So this is where we incorporate that support for people regardless of their background,
So that's the really good thing. It's not like it's everyone and anyone. Like, and again, whatever level someone is within your business. I think first thing is if they have an interest in doing it, that's the first thing. And like some of the modules, and we'll go, what are the modules again? So if people coming into going, what will they be learning? What are the headings?
So what we do with the very first few days of the program, we embark on induction, a workshop there where we're setting them up for success before starting the program. We're conscious that people are coming in who might not be familiar with using online tools for their learning. So things like that. We also have people coming in talking about health and well-being. So that's so important. Lots of different areas. We introduce them to the team. And then we start the following week with a workshop with a tutor. And that particular module is focusing in on getting the basics, the groundwork there, giving them an overview of lots of different areas in digital marketing. And then we expand on that when we move into our year 1 and year 2. Okay. So for example, modules that we would cover, a lot about content marketing, social media marketing. We look at the legal aspect as well, because that's very important. We hear a lot about that in the media in recent years. We also look at, podcasting, which we mentioned already. Yeah. And there's a few elective modules in there, including the podcasting, which is one of those. We have a module that's dedicated to those who are looking at communication in the public sector. So we have actually worked very, very closely with a number of government departments in the design of this. So this is a specific module suited to those in that area. But anyone can do it. You don't have to be in that public sector. Similarly, other modules that we have then would be search engine optimization. And we also look at generative AI, actually, quite
which is obviously a big one. And everyone's like, how do we learn more about AI? Yeah, okay. So it's such a broad range of modules. And like, okay, after it's finished, some people might go, well, I really use those 3 more so than other ones. But it gives you a lovely broad, education and learning and practical learning in all these spaces.
That's right. So like with this apprenticeship, we're saying we're setting them up to be digital marketing specialists. That's the title that they can use after they complete this 2-year program. But in fact, we're setting them up for success for other roles, moving into management as well. So we have, for example, another module about leadership. So that particular assessment is a class debate, which is quite unique, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah. And, it brings them out of their shell a little bit more. So we're constantly developing their confidence as well. So in a matter of 6 or 8 weeks, an employer will definitely see a difference in their behaviour, if you like, and their confidence. And then by the time they get to year 2, leadership, they'll absolutely sail through that, and they do really, really enjoy it. The final module is the most popular among our employers, and that's the Showcase project. The Showcase project is where the apprentice is going to focus on one underperforming area within the company.
Real life again.
Yeah. So a bit of the lingo, it's the KPI, so a key performance indicator. And the apprentice is going to, talk to the employer to see which area would you like me to focus on. And then they'll complete a lot of research to see how do other industries, how do other companies manage that same KPI. And when they finish the module, they are going to present back a solution to improve that KPI for the organisation. So maybe that's something to do with content marketing, maybe it's something to do with their communications, and whatever that is, they'll be able to present that back in a seminar style event at the very end. And the ideas we have seen from similar modules, that we run, like the sales apprenticeship, have been absolutely mind-blowing. And they very, very lucrative.
So there's numerous apprenticeships. I mean, I would love to get into them all, but there's a sales apprenticeship. You do multiple apprenticeships.
That's right. So I would look after the Digital Marketing Apprenticeship, which is a national programme. So we run it in various locations around the country. But also the Sales Apprenticeship programme, which is up and running a little bit longer. Similar structure as well. I look after that, and that is also running nationally in 7 different locations. And I suppose the digital marketing is now coming into its second year of the programme. We already have a class in Dublin and in Mayo.
So just for people watching, even though it's Dublin and Mayo, they're just the initial hubs. You're introducing another hub then, I think you're saying?
That's right. We're also going to expand and collaborate with Kerry College. So we in Mayo College have ownership, if you like, of the brand of the the apprenticeships. But we then, if you like, franchise that out then to other locations. So collaborate with other education and training boards around the country. So I foresee that this is going to grow and grow, that we will have even more than 3 locations for digital marketing in a very, very short space of time. As we experience with the sales apprenticeship, there's just a huge demand for it in industry.
And so in the short term, just to make sure anyone watches, like I know in the podcast module, there's a lady from Kerry and she will come up to Mayo, so it's open to anyone, anywhere in the country. You just go to your nearest hub for now. But as you said, that's going to improve as time goes on. And for someone like, if they've watched this video now and they go, right, where do I get the next step? Where do I go to check out, learn more information, I should say?
So the best thing really is to go on to mayocollege.ie website, and there you'll find the range of apprenticeships that we have available. So we have the digital marketing, the sales apprenticeship and accounting technicians, all of which are run out of Swinford. We have a specialised apprenticeship hub there with a dedicated podcasting studio and everything. So it's very well set up. They contact mayocollege.ie and then that'll link them back to myself, Jessica Martin, and I will handhold them through the whole process.
Well, you handheld me through a lot of the process, getting the podcasting a little bit right. So if that's your the way you do things, it's going to be very easy for anyone that wants to get involved.
That's right. Yeah.
Jessica, that's fantastic, and thanks for coming in and telling us all about it. And sure, look, we'll hope more and more people all over the country sign up to get involved in your brilliant project.
Thanks so much, Brendan.
So that was Jessica Martin there from the Mayo College, mayocollege.ie if you want to learn more about the Digital Marketing Apprenticeship or any of their other apprenticeships. As I said, employers, it's a $4,000 grant. You only have to release your member of staff only a little bit each week, and it'll be a huge benefit to your business. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.
The Sligo Show is produced by Pixel Productions and hosted by Brendan Tierney. If you need video for your business or live event or would like to appear on the show, send us a message today.